Hi everyone, it's Sophie Petsabine here from shuteye.co.uk. This is day 12 of my visibility challenge. I do have a bit of a croaky voice today. I'm sorry, I've got a bit of a chest infection going on. So if I cough and splutter and wheeze, that's the reason why. And also if you can just ignore all of the junk behind me, because we were having a bit of a declutter at the weekend and clearing out our loft, which has only sort of been waiting to be done since we moved into our house about 2.5 years ago. So yes, a bit of a late spring clean for us. But anyway, hope you're all well. Today I'm going to talk to you about Phoebe, little girl called Phoebe, who I'm still working with at the moment with her mum and dad. And I'm going to do 2 videos on Phoebe because there's some really interesting things that I think that has come out from working with her that I thought would be really useful to share with you other parents out there. The first thing is about why your attempts at sleep training might fail. And obviously there could be tons of reason, but I'm going to draw on specifically what had happened with Phoebe. So when Phoebe's parents came to me, obviously a couple of weeks ago, and asked for some help and said that they had just finished an attempt at sleep training for 2 weeks, and they had used controlled crying to help Phoebe to sleep better. And so she's 12 months old. And they had said that after 2 weeks of being consistent, it had just involved a ton of tears and hadn't made any difference at all. So first of all, I thought, wow, 2 weeks of trying something and for it to make no difference whatsoever is really quite rare. So I thought, well, perhaps the parents weren't being as consistent as what they were saying, or there was something else going on with Phoebe that there's a few things that obviously make up the perfect sleep plan, and there could have been a few other things that were off. So, we started working together. And the particular package that these guys chose was to have me in their house on an overnight stay for the first night. So I helped them implement the sleep plan on that first day. So it was clear to me that when I went to visit them, I could really see if they were going to be, consistent at all with the new plan that I'd set up for them. And actually, it was lovely to meet Phoebe and, get a view on her personality and the type of child that she was. And, had seen that actually because of the controlled crying and the process that they'd all gone through, it actually made her quite anxious about bedtime. And so on the run up to bedtime, the bath, etc., she'd be getting, quite uptight because she knew, or she thought she knew what was coming, which was going to be more attempts at controlled crying. And actually her sleep was then worse than ever, so sort of worse than what it was before they had tried the controlled crying. So we had some work to do. But actually, meeting the parents, I could see that they were going to be super consistent and they were really open to, trying what I was suggesting. But actually, I think they were a bit sceptical as well that they didn't really see what I was going to do differently to help Phoebe sleep. And so really the point of it is that I chose a method that I felt suited Phoebe's personality much more. And we had mum and dad very present with her when we were doing the soothing. And, within not even 4 nights, I think, less 3 or 4 nights, Phoebe was sleeping through the night and has done pretty much ever since. And we're now sort of coming up to the end of the 2 weeks. I'm not saying there hasn't been bumps along the road, but she has been absolutely incredible. And the thing to take away, and that I could physically see when I was with them overnight, was how much Phoebe was trying to get herself to sleep, because I had the video monitor, and I was able to see what she was doing. So it was really, really useful to see that in place and to know that because I'd chosen a different method and one that suited her personality, she was like, okay, I'm not scared of this now. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. It's just about me practicing it and getting this nailed. And so my message to you is, there can be loads of reasons why you might fail at sleep training. It might be that you're not consistent, or the sleep environment isn't right, or the sleep routine or schedule isn't right for your child. But actually, one of the most important things is choosing the right soothing technique, obviously, for your child, because that is going to minimise those tears. these guys have been doing control crying for 2 weeks. She cried consistently the whole way through for hours and hours and hours, and it made zero improvement. Whereas, you know, the first night that I was there and I stayed over, she was awake for a little bit, but she wasn't screaming for hours and hours and hours on end. So it made a difference the first night. So it's absolutely key that you choose the right method for your child. That's difficult, I know, because you're like, what is the right method then? So because of that, I'm inviting you to, you know, get in touch with me and have a chat. If you want to talk further and you're serious about helping your child to sleep better at night, then get in contact for one of my complimentary strategy sessions that I'm running for you this week, where we will go through in fine detail exactly what the situation is and the sleep challenges that you're facing. Try and work out and pinpoint exactly what's going on and what's needed in terms of a plan going forward for you to be able to resolve that. I have 5 spots available this week, so if you would like one, go onto the website shuteye.co.uk and go through the contact page, or email me, Sophie, SOFIE, at shuteye.co.uk, or jump on the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/shuteye-sleep. So I hope that's been useful for you. I'm just going to record another video now for you about Phoebe and crying as well. So a big hot topic there. So hopefully you'll want to have a look at that one too. But I hope that's been really useful for you today, and get in contact for one of my strategy sessions. All right, cheers, bye for now.